Hello again and welcome to our channel. Thank you for joining us. We've recently had lunch, and at lunchtime we had some carrots. Some very nice carrots. And my wife told me that this afternoon we got to make a video about planting some carrots. I always do what I'm told, so here we are. We're going to explore some options for planting carrots in March in the UK. Now we're lucky enough to have a polytunnel. We're in the polytunnel at the moment, obviously. And we're going to start off by looking at two possibilities for planting carrots in the polytunnel, and they're actually going to stay in the polytunnel, to grow, to mature, to be harvested from the polytunnel. So that's where we're going to start. Now to begin with, we've actually got a little carrot bed down here in our polytunnel. We built this last year, and this is where we're going to grow some carrots this year. So we're going to plant some in this area here, and they're going to stay in here all the year round. The carrot that we're planting is Amsterdam Forcing 3, a carrot that I often plant at the beginning of the season. Lots of seeds inside the packet. I've prepared the bed already, so this little raised bed has already been prepared. Any stones, lumpy materials been removed. I haven't manured it or anything like that because carrots don't really like really rich soil that's recently been manured, but it's a nice consistency and the carrot should grow well. So I've got my carrots. I'm going to put some into my hand, and what I want to do is to spread the carrots out nice and thinly over the surface of the bed. I don't want to get lots of carrots too close together. I want to spread them out nice and thinly. The soil has been pre-watered, so it's nice and damp. Now we've put our little carrots on there. So what we're going to do now then, we're going to put some compost on top of the little seeds. This is a sieved multi-purpose compost. I'm just going to spread it on top of where we've got our little carrot seed. I'm looking to have a layer of about 1 centimetre, 1/4 to 1/2 inch, something like that. Okay, I think that should be quite sufficient. I'm going to firm it down lightly, gently. Going to water. And now it should be absolutely fine to leave this in our polytunnel. It's possible that I might put a little bit of fleece or something on top, a little bit of plastic, but probably it's going to be fine as it is. And they're going to germinate, they're going to grow, be harvested, they're going to stay in that place there. Now a second option that we've got in the polytunnel is to plant in some containers, some pots. And that's the option that we're going to look at next. We've got a container, we've got a pot here of compost. I've made some holes in the top. I've used a template such as that, and I've made some shallow depressions, some shallow holes in the top of the compost just there. I'm going to sow some seed. I just want a little seed, just a little pinch in each one of the holes. think I've got a little pinch in each one of those holes now. Looks to be quite good, looks to be reasonably well spread out. Okay. The compost was watered beforehand, so now I'm just going to put some of the compost on top. Again, I want a layer of about 1 centimetre, 1/4 to 1/2 inch, something like that. Should be absolutely fine. Okay, that is good. Again, it's going to be watered. And the pot will probably remain now in the polytunnel. Can be taken outside, maybe during the summer, but it's quite possible it may just remain here in the polytunnel, protected from the frost earlier in the season. Those should soon germinate, should grow away really, really well. So those are our first two options for things that we're going to actually grow here in the polytunnel. Obviously you also grow carrots outside. Now, as far as carrots and other root vegetables are concerned, I normally like to sow in situ where they're going to grow outside. They don't really benefit from having their roots disturbed. They prefer to actually develop where they're going to grow. But it is possible to try alternatives, to actually start them off inside, and that's what we're going to experiment with now. One option that people do sometimes use is to sow seed, carrot seed, in modules such as this. It's about fine. Again, the compost has been watered. Seed is on top of the watered compost. Now going to put a little layer Okay, that should be absolutely fine. Again, watering. That will now be left in this polytunnel or in an unheated greenhouse, and they should soon grow away and do quite well. Obviously the issue then will be we've got to plant those out later in the season, and we've got to actually disturb the roots when we take them out. Even if we're very, very careful, there's going to be some root disturbance. And unfortunately, you know, carrots don't really appreciate that. But we're going to have a go and we'll see how we get on. Now, our final way of doing this is to go to our cardboard sleeves. Now, if we're going to plant some carrots in the cardboard sleeves here, we can then take these out in maybe about a month's time and plant them out into the garden, hopefully without any disturbance. Because see, cardboard sleeves will enable us to actually take the row of carrots out and to plant them into a trench into the garden. Now when I do this with the peas, obviously I remove the cardboard sleeve, but with the carrots what I'm going to try to do is to just plant the cardboard sleeve in situ in a trench in the garden. Hopefully it will degrade and the carrots will be able to grow through the bottom of where the cardboard was. This is an experiment. We'll see how we get on. So I'm going to sow some seed. I'm just broadcasting the seed. Okay, that should be alright. Compost has been watered previously. We're now going to put a covering on top. Should be okay. Now going to water. Alright, so there we've got our tray with our sleeves in with the carrot seed planted. Hopefully those carrots will germinate really well, they develop into some healthy plants, and then later on, when the weather is conducive, when the soil is warmed up and everything is right, we can just take the sleeves out, put them into some trenches in the ground, and the carrots hopefully will then grow away really well. But as I said, this is the first time that I've done it. We're going to have to see what happens. This is just an experiment. Both of these ways, well, we'll just see how we get on. The carrots should germinate well, all these different ways that we've grown them. It could well be that we have more carrots than we actually want. If we do have too many carrots germinate, then we can simply remove the excess carrots to make more space. You can just pull the carrots out if you're very careful. The way that I prefer to do it is just to use a pair of scissors and to cut the excess carrots off so that it doesn't disturb the roots so much. Anyway, it's given you some ideas to think about. I hope you really try to plant some carrots this season. Have experimentation, see the best ways that suit you. Have fun. All the best.